This is going to be a technical lesson digging into how apps talk to each other. Think of it as a primer into how Zapier works under the hood. If you need to pause at any point, please do so. If you already know how APIs work, feel free to skip ahead to the next lesson. We use apps every day. Think Gmail, Google Calendars, or Salesforce. We access these apps with a web browser on our computer or on our phone. This is called the app's user interface, or UI. The UI lets us interact with the app by clicking buttons and typing text. It's designed so that humans can easily talk with computers. Apps can also talk directly to each other through something called the Application Program Interface, or API. An API is designed for computers to talk to each other. For example, let's take automatic bill payments for your credit card. You set this up by going through a credit card company's UI to grant access to your bank account. You clicked the button, entered your information, and clicked another button. When your bill is due, it requests money from your bank account using the bank's API. This happens quickly, behind the scenes, and doesn't require any clicks on the screen. The apps are talking amongst themselves based on rules you set up in advance. Each app you use is primarily just a collection of information or data. Take a look at this data from an app's API. It's a little difficult to read because it's meant for other computers to read. When you need apps to talk to each other, you can tell them which data to send or receive by creating rules each app's API will follow. But how do you create these rules? One way to do that is to learn how to write computer code or hire someone to write that code for you. If you're starting from zero, that can be time intensive and costly. On the other hand, there are tools like Zapier to help you write those automation rules without the need to write computer code yourself. So let's review. A user interface, or UI, is how humans interact with a program or computer. We interact by clicking buttons and typing text. An application programming interface, or API, is how computers and apps talk to each other. They send and receive data using their own computer language. The UI is something you can see. The API is behind the scenes. Different apps can communicate with each other based on rules set up in advance. And you can create those rules either through writing computer code or using a tool like Zapier. Now that you understand how apps talk to each other, you're ready to learn how you can create those rules using Zapier. See you in the next lesson.